Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Upside Dan. This is still the road to The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. We are on The Conjuring 2 now. As of this recording, I have seen The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, but we will get to what my thoughts on that are in a later review. As always with these Road to The Conjuring 3 movie reviews, this will have spoilers in it. So this will have spoilers for The Conjuring 2. Ed and Lorraine Warren travel to North London to help a single mother raising 4 children alone in a house plagued by a supernatural spirit. The Conjuring 2 is directed by James Wan and written by Chad Hayes, Carrie W. Hayes, James Wan, and David Leslie Johnson-McGoldrick. This film stars Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, Madison Wolfe, and Frances O'Connor. The Conjuring 2 is such an effective horror movie, such an amazing follow-up to the first. You can see James Wan's masterful directing yet again here. He is such a fantastic horror director. He really has a knack for this stuff. I was so glad you can just feel his direction. You can just feel his presence in this film like a ghost, like a possessed person. You can just feel it there. It's so good. He's so, him and the writers did a great job writing the different scenes, writing this story, writing this script, and he did a phenomenal job directing it and bringing it to the screen right in front of our eyes. I absolutely loved this one. This was the first Conjuring film out of any of the universe that I saw in theaters. I was terrified pretty much the entire time. He is great at building up suspense to scares, or building up suspense and then there's no scares at the end, but you're just so scared because of how suspenseful it was. That is just a masterclass in directing horror. He doesn't always show the jump scares. There are jump scares, but they're effective and they're warranted and they're deserved, which is just great in horror movies nowadays, because you don't get it all the time. You get cheap jump scares, fake jump scares, you get all of that. You get just jump scares that's supposed to be what's scary, and then the image is not that scary, or it's just a locker slamming, or a hammer hitting a nail or something like that. You just allow noise. And yes, he does some of that here, but it's all effective. Like I said, the first 2 Conjuring films, I just remember so many different scenes from it. They stick with you. The sounds, the noises, what they say, they do. My house from this one is one of the most terrifying things in the Conjuring universe to me. It's, the TV scene, Janet's watching TV and then she looks over at the chair, the remote drops, she looks back at the TV, the camera looks back at her, then back at the chair, then back, and then the old man is just like, my house. And it's just super, super scary. It frightened me so much in this theater. I had a great theater experience with friends. These scenes stick with you and they scare you all over again when you rewatch it. I love the characters here. The acting is all top notch in the Conjuring films. Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson play Lorraine and Ed Warren to a T. They are the heart and soul of these Conjuring movies and any spin-off that they're in, which I think right now is only Annabelle Comes Home, which elevated that film for me because of them. Like, they're in it, it elevates it for me. They do such a great job and they have such amazing chemistry, and I love it. With each film you kind of learn more about their marriage, their personal lives. It's a breath of fresh air for a horror film to also focus so much on the story of it, the drama of it, the characters of it. That's why I think that this is, a greatest of all time, horror contender. The Conjuring 1 and 2. It's in a class of its own. It's not some generic horror film, which I appreciate so much, because we get a lot of those these days. Heck, some of the Conjuring spin-offs, a lot of the Conjuring spin-offs are those kind of generic horror films. But no, The Conjuring 1 and 2 stand apart from the rest of not only the Conjuring universe, but horror films in general. That is pretty much thanks to James Wan's directing, and of course Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson as this real-life married couple, Lorraine and Ed Warren. I will say that the Crooked Man, while he's creepy and the song is creepy, I noticed the CGI is kind of iffy for him. Especially this rewatch. I didn't notice it so much before. But I noticed it this time. The CGI is a little iffy, and I hope when they do his spin-off, they fix some of that and make it look really, really good. I almost think that they could do practical effects for a lot of him. Really, though, the rest of the CGI, the rest of the effects, I thought looked phenomenal. You know, Juan, this costume, you know, the costume designers, everyone, they really put their work in here. Like I said, I do think the CGI on the Crooked Man could have been better, but I love the scene when the dog turns from the dog to the Crooked Man and then starts singing while he's running and while he's walking down the hall, and his voice just so loud and boomy and creepy, just so unsettling. This movie just has so many unsettling scenes where your heart's just beating so rapidly. And the kid actors, yet again, are good. And you know what you get with Conjuring 1 and 2, and of course they did it in 3, but we'll get to 3 later. 1 and 2, you know, they have the creepy thing when the image freezes and then it kind of, in the beginning, and the words go up the screen and then it reveals the title with that creepy music, the theme music for the Conjurings. You know, the score here is just fantastic. I think this is just such a well done film all around. But yeah, that score creeps me out. Just seeing those words on screen with the frozen black and white picture just creeps me out. It seeing based on a true story just creeps me out. And oh my god, so back to the kind of the emotion of, you know, Ed and Lorraine Warren here. One of my favorite scenes, you know, in the Conjuring universe that's emotional is when he's singing I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. He's on the guitar singing for the family because they need some enjoyment in their life. They need music. The ex-husband took all the records and they need that music. So he's singing, and every once in a while he'll glance back at Taissa Farmiga as Lorraine, and it's just such a surreal and adorable moment, you know, in their relationship. I love learning more about their relationship, and she's of course staring at him in awe. Of course, that was a really great moment, you know, in what's supposed to be just a horror movie, and that makes it such more, you know, more than a horror, just some basic, you know, horror movie, which I absolutely love about the Conjuring series. I thought the ending was good. I thought, yeah, it's a little like, all they had to know was Valix, the nun's name, to kind of have power over her. But I thought that the stuff before that, them, you know, Lorraine trying to get inside after, you know, Ed got inside and Ed's trying to save Janet, and I thought that all was really executed very well. It was a little easy kind of to defeat the actual nun, but it didn't take me out of the movie. I still really love this movie. But what did you think of The Conjuring 2? Where does it stack up for the rest of the Conjuring series for you? I will have a Conjuring Universe ranking video out hopefully soon. Of course, I have the Conjuring 3 videos, probably a spoiler-free and a non-spoiler review. Probably a spoiler-free review and a spoiler review for The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, coming out soon. What are your thoughts on the universe? Comment down below. Blow up that comment section. If you liked this video, you're gonna like some more, so please click around here to see some more. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video with the Conjuring fans in your life. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, and come to the Upside Dan.